Hey guys, the Critic is in the house, yeah. Damn right I am. Election watch for the Critic. The realest thing coming out of this country. This going on right now. Right now at Bagastong, live and direct. So somebody driving a Prado or a Land Cruiser, lick up by Bagastong. They lick through. That's the parliament, guys. Everybody's a madman. Somebody said the people them take it for airstrip.
I give them a big set in there because where all the matches come from.
Music, man, driving, big talale, bacchanal. This is going on right now at Bagastong. Not too far where the accident broke out the man fence. The house after where they broke out the man fence with the tree accident every day is a crash up and a broke up in the place there. You understand? Now we're going to go into some serious issues that people don't want to talk. It's only Critic that's tag the thing. You understand? With the people them there. With the people them there to see the truth. With everybody there. Let me call it a nightmare. Only 1,400 people want to know the truth. They only got 1,400 people in Guyana want to know the truth. I know tonight 5,000 people want to know the truth. Right now. People want to use the data to find out the truth. Because there's only one place you could get the truth from. Come here and share this thing fast. Don't waste time. Let the blame code. The faster you talk, you get this information out, the faster we go start the story. This thing are back now. You can't hear you wasting time. Share this video. Don't waste time. Go to the bottom, click share. And let me get them numbers up. By the time we hit 16, 17, 18, 19, and so be there. Maybe the 5,000. I will tell you how the government has weaponized the... Oh, my mama, somebody done share and come back to me and I'll too. Them share me own thing. They share to me. Yeah, I will explain to you how the government has effectively weaponized. And I'm not asking them if they're weaponized. I am telling you, these people have weaponized the COVID-19 pandemic, the coronavirus situation, to use it against its citizens. Yes, sir? There is no other explanation. They can't come and explain nothing else. They are going to use it now as a weapon against the citizenry. Hello, good night.
Good night, Critic. I just want to make one point. I want to call Ganesh tonight and ask him when he can come really and we'll shoot and stop all of the process of counting the vote. They claim that.
I hear you.
I want to call Mr. Ganesh.
Yeah, but I can't ask him your question. I can only ask him. I understand the sentiment, right? The problem is. Alright, brother, alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So wait, what going on? Y'all sharing this thing? Are y'all playing games? I tell you, when we reach over 4,000, the story not come out. And it might be used against you, you gotta know. And you know it's getting photos. The problem is, me don't be able to make line. And me want to start talking with my mouth to scratch. Like me scratching tire? My mouth to scratch for that, this thing? Now you can't explain this madness. This madness can't be explained. There ain't got two ways of explaining this madness. Yes, sir? There is no way that you can explain what happened to Timothy Jonas. You will hear what happened to Timothy Jonas. Timothy Jonas will explain to you what the experience he had. You understand? Now, I was there. I watching them. Everybody watching the funny movie. Everybody talking. Me saying is a conspiracy. I don't know. But I see everybody suing and everybody here says, yeah, I know the way. I watch people must be talking. Yeah, there's a recount and a rig was attempted and all. And you see the same people with the security talking and ministers from the rigging talking to the. I obviously is not a conspiracy. Yes, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It's not a conspiracy. But the thing is, I is not the type of person going to watch somebody and say they doing something or saying something that me hear what they say. Me, I see two people stupid talking to one another. So, hello, good night.
Good night, Critic.
Talk to me.
How you all today?
Can't complain. Great.
Alright. I want to find out something. On the updates they're giving, they say at each polling station, when you find discrepancies or problems, you note it. Right?
Mm-hmm. There's a specific document for that. There's a
specific document.
There's a document that you put down and you ask the counting agent to make note.
Okay, well let me say when we count on what's not, because I was hearing in one station how much tick off and they had more votes than what ticked off. So I want to know, when you put that on the document, would that affect the total of votes?
No, ma'am. What it does is give you a record of an occurrence. When you go to a station and you make a report, and when you made the report, there is no relevance to your report. The police can't do anything for you. It's a private matter. What they do, there's an occurrence book, and everything that occur at the police station supposed to be placed in that book. They say, Madam So-so came and she made a report, but we could not have helped her since it was a private matter. She would have advised likewise and what time and so on, and that was done. So they have a sheet, a document. I forget the specific name of ballot checklist, ballot paper. I got copies. I wouldn't have copies of those documents since they are specifically to no, wait. We had a document here from them, right? Alright, yes, I think we would have copies of those documents. I can pull it in, I can get one, and I'm gonna post it up for you so you'll see what it looks like. But where you going with this? Where you go? Obviously, you misunderstand something, you want to know better about something. Tell me where you're going with this.
No, because I want to know if when at the end of the day, if they find APNU or APNU, AFC or PPP or one of these smart parties, whichever parties, if they find with more votes, if at the end of the day, if it's going to be deducted or...
Well, there is an occurrence here. As this recount is done, one of the things that are happening is that, alright, yesterday, when I was in Station 9, counting Region 4 ballots from on the East Bank, the Yarracabra area or something like that, there was a case whereas one ballot came up with a Q at the back. And what happens is when there's some query needed by a returning officer, there's a Q that's put at the back of the ballot paper. And when you turn to the front of the ballot paper, you wonder why there was any query at all. And why there was a query on that specific ballot is because of the fact the person put an X in the box next to the PVP, and the person put an X at the perimeter of the ballot paper, an X there too, right? So the person put 2X, but not 2X in choosing two people. 1x outside. Maybe the person is just testing the pencil to see writing error. They realize you can't do it on the paper and 1x inside. Now everybody agreed, including encouragers have agreed, that nothing is wrong with the document. What was wrong is why it had the Q in the back, what the query was about. Because they're looking at the front and suggesting that this is fully legit. And it's a PPP ballot for the PPP, in favor of the PPP. And there needed not be any query. So their worry was, why query at the back? Right? Not seeing in front that genuinely that why the query was. But all parties being versed in elections and so on and how it goes, agreed that this ain't need no query. It's clear as day is a solid vote. You understand? Now, a query would come in for a novice like me and yourself, who we know and never see them before that we got queried later down. So that was one of the contentions. The thing is, it went in favor of, and as Ganesh would have said, some votes went in favor of the PNC. Now, for what reason? The persons who are there in the recount stations are not the persons who were there when they were doing the ballots. Right? At the election night, the recount. Some people might not even want to get in an argument. Who is this or that? You there, you got hard night. Remember? These people had a day. They actually did maybe 18 hours that day. You understand? So you got people counting. And somebody said, oh God, this one got a problem. And somebody watching someone listen to me. Here, me neighbor though. Alright, if it's a problem, you put it aside. Even a counting agent for PNC person. Say watch, me neighbor, they stressed out. You know Guyanese, how they lazy. Remember, this is not a PPP person trying to set up a PNC for. This is GCOM staff. You understand? And counting agents representing different political. And somebody say, watch, me neighbor, alright, let go. Or whatever. It so happens that when you're doing recounts presently, them people ain't making joke. I like Ganesh would fight to the last. You understand? I said, no. This thing is close to the edge and he would try out. He would no votes in count and try to argue for it. Right?
And they said I had some list.
No, but here what happened here. This is 2 nights ago. I want to know, at what point in time you're going to accept, after 1 thing, 2 thing, 3 thing, at what point in time are you going to accept that most of these things are deliberate? I know you're trying to clear up things. It sounds like you're trying to clear up things. But do you get the sense that...
No, listen to me. I'm just trying to get certain things clear in my mind.
Beautiful. All right. Don't worry. Me the here for that. Don't worry. Me the here for that. But just trying to get things clear in me mind too. Because me get confused fast.
The same some lists. For example, if the list has 60 person pick off in the ballot box that had like 100 person vote.
Yeah.
I personally know when you go and vote, each person vote the tick name. Years ago, I work at a polling station and I can see that people fall into sleep and those kind of things.
Nobody didn't fall asleep. Nobody didn't fall asleep. People might have fallen. Here. Me know where your time, but you can't see. Yesterday, I see. A lady fell asleep in front of me while counting at 3 o'clock in the day. So, I know about what you see. And I know how long you're talking about.
You have to go to someone, show them your ID and what's not. They take your name and then you go into...
No, but here what happened. I think you're getting confused between propaganda, sarcasm. You getting a set of issues mixed up. Let me tell you something. When this thing about this sleeping thing come up, there's no evidence to it. The PNC says something and the PPP throw in like the people in asleep. So it's not factual and people in asleep. This is sarcasm.
Okay.
So you gotta know what for rule out. You understand? This is somebody say, if you say, critic, I went sit down there, and me see nothing. And I said, you're like you is sleeping. This time, you maybe turn your head. You understand? It's some error, something. But me next, I hear what first thing. Remember how these people deal with this thing. You come with some bullshit. Me ain't know how to explain new bullshit. All I doing is smelling this shit high. You understand? So I say, oh shit. But you thinking that I just mash some shit, or you always hear I saying shit. So when I say, oh shit, you didn't realize I being sarcastic about you smelling like shit. Or what you're saying is shit. You understand? So don't worry, that fall to sleep thing is...
In boredom time you used to the wrong election answer.
Who, me? Man, nothing you don't understand. Oh, Jesus Christ. You now watch me video and so. You now watch the video land.
You don't know what's up, but not...
You miss nothing. That's the problem. You miss nothing.
Yeah.
You miss nothing. When born, I'm dead. When born, I'm dead. And them in a carry. No, here now. In Borno, when born, I'm dead. And them in a carry them down Sherry Street. I got a vivid memory. I remember since I was a baby. It sounds like a joke, but I got a vivid memory. Now, I got memory like elephant. Elephant thing I nothing for me. Elephant is joke. Yes, sir. Your memory bigger than elephant. Now, here I'm now. When Barnum died and they was taking him down, there was like an armored car. Like a war tank thing, but it got wheels, right? There was an armored car. There was a procession going down Sherry Street. And I can remember I stood at Sherry of a St. John, but I stood at Garnet Street, right? And looking at this procession pass, my mother was holding my hand. I was about 5 years of age then. I'm 1979 born. Yes, sir? Yeah. So, now I gotta ask you, when Barnum time, the thing they going, they had rigging they going, eh? That you know about anything about rig?
Well, don't want to come in to tell you now. I get the back of one. I don't know if it changed now, but in Barnum and Jack, when coming down to election time, and people now vote, you get anybody and you watch and you see the list, this and take that, you send them to vote.
Okay. No, but in them time though, who they doing the rigging? Who they doing the rigging in Barnum time?
Both parties.
Okay, well let me tell you, me mother used to rig for PNC. We live in a 6th Light Street, Albertown, right? And here was the funny thing about rigging. Riggers does rig and set out to win. So it is worrying how you just rig and lose. Because here was the funny thing about rigging and losing is where you get catch. Rigging really and truly set up for win, not for lose. When you just lose where you rig is where you get catch. The real owners depends on, like now, the diplomatic community and all these people. We's got depend on. This is what's going on there. We's got depend on the diplomatic community and so for hold people accountable. We playing the democratic game. Now you jump back in the white man arms. You understand? And we playing the democratic game. But for instance, I get your sense there. But in the time when the rigging we used to go on. No, me no, we used to go on. Me mother in 1992, the rigging for PNC, and the other day me share a story about it. Yes, and I say you used to come home because of St. Angelos, St. Agnes. Either St. Angelos or St. Agnes, the same police, the same school. What? They said they hold the people who go for thief the ballot box. Remember the story with the guns and the ballot box?
Yeah.
Same school. And we used to live at 6th Light Street. That is between 4th and 5th Street. Two houses away from 5th Street in Light Street. Years after they go and get Monarch School, there was 2 downstairs apartment there, and me mothers walk up the road, go, vote, yes, and come back and clean up your finger and go back and vote again in favor of PNC. You understand? Yeah. I could tell you. And he laugh when the confusion there after the election, she go by the ministry. And now me mother's a no-nonsense person, but me mother has been misled or have been misled. I don't know if she's still misled. You understand? Or she's sailing her war. But I know enough people get old and get stupid with the things with the past experience they had. And me mother's always speak out, right? When I talk to me mother, I get the impression that my mother saw it based on information she received. She saw the PPP as evil. Bear in mind, she was voting for the PNC, saw the PPP as evil, are people who never get into government. Remember, it's only the PNC, in 28 years, it's only PNC running for government. PPP trying to get in. Right? So my mother, I got the impression that the PPP, it's not now the PPP evil, it's not 23 years make the PPP evil. If you look at land time PNC people, the PPP evil land. Even before they got power, the evil. That is what the PNC voters were made to think. And my mother was the same thing. You understand? So, funny enough, in 1992, she's still voting. And she vote, go and help them rig. And then she gone, now with the thing, gone outside by one of them ministry, abusing for the people get the rights. Right? So, here what happened. In the midst, the black people start, cause little coolie people go back, why they don't go back to India? You understand? So my mother says no. Remember, she there in the crowd protesting. My mother says no. Why y'all don't go back to Africa? Well, you don't want no for me. Mother's a Portuguese woman. They're looking like Janet Jagan at the time. She get a thrashing out of this world. Bear in mind, she there in the group with these people. Hollering. You understand? Next thing I hear, my mother finger, I think it broke or cut or something. And watch, let me call you back. Let me call my mother for deal with this. You understand? People don't know where it's coming from. But me play no games with nobody. Let me call my mother. She got the experience in them. Let you talk when they cut she ass for talking. You understand? So when them holler, who go do what? They said I don't know where you talk. Them not like hear people talk. You understand? Them can't handle truth. The thing is, they've never been a man more true than me that this country has ever seen. I dare. Let me call my mother. Let me call you back just so we can talk. Let me call my mother and get this thing started. Because people say like it's Nancy's story I'm making up. It's like a story I'm making up. You understand? Somebody say call Critic and interrupt him. No, you can't do that. Let the auntie talk. Let the auntie talk. Remember the auntie talking getting me for talk. Let me call my mother. Let she help her out with your experiences. They put a trust in it. Because she never did. But she never. She not racist. So when they cause the let it go back again, she said, why I don't go back to Africa? They just, yes, and they put a licking issue for Sam. Yes, yeah. Them don't mean how them good. Them can't handle truth. Michael? Michael? Let me see. Your mother, Y-O-U-R, mother, M-O-T-H. Somebody just send me a message. Your mother, execution, your mother. You say your mother won't talk to you. Your mother. Yeah, they tell she. They say you used to have the Billerick election. And she know I can't remember that. That is illegal. Why are you saying that? You were a little boy. I said, I remember. Me, she of the room. This is Auntie Did they send me a message at time? I can't remember. No. Me mother, here. Me mother was that me. Here, me mother, somebody said my mother watching shit. I got, she was that me. Here, if she do, when I put she at the attack and thing, yeah, he said the people them sad. She would start cause I young. She got that. She more was than me. Me, attitude is being mother. I get it from. Yes, I only that I smart that she should be bad. Yes, that. Here, me mother, here, you got to categorize people into stupid people and smart people. And here, people are in 2 categories. And the 2 categories, hi ma, mommy? Okay, call me back on WhatsApp now, the auntie WhatsApp number and I access them. That remember something I asked you.
No, I don't have it here.
Okay. You remember when it's 1990, something come to my mind. I was telling somebody in 1992 when you were with the protesters and them things there. Remember you were a
I was not with the protesters. I went to the Elections Commission's office to find out where Ian Hanneman, the lawyer, had to vote. And there is where I was attacked.
How it happened?
Hello?
Yeah, ma. How it happened? You tell them something. They tell me something cool. People going back to Africa. You tell.
They come knocking me in my back and tell me go back to where I come from. And I said, you go back to Africa.
Okay.
But really and truly, they had mistaken me for one of the people.
Okay, so they have been hostile against this PNC people we talking about.
Exactly.
They have been hostile against Carter people since long.
Long.
Ma, remember me, you did.
When I get the tablet, I will call you tomorrow.
Raja, mommy, Raja, safe.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. She in Barbados. My mother in Barbados, right? Here, what tell you? Let me tell you something about the Guyanese critic known as Michael Rodriguez. Let me tell you about the guy. Anything I talk now, I could call somebody and verify right away after. Good night, my brother.
Hey, good night. Update on your batch situation.
Oh.
You know?
Hey, talk to me. Roger, no problem. No sweat. Please send the agent's numbers who was in 9 and 8 today to me. Yeah. No. I want who went sit down inside there. Just send the number to me on the WhatsApp. Safe, Roger. Roger. So, here I'm telling you, these people coming out and they can talk. No. There is nobody in Guyana, because here laugh. I have no cool, I have no qualms about people in authority or anything. You understand? No, that's the call. We got a little confusion with something. But I got to get a number for the confusion what they create today.
Boss man, you reach 4,000 views, waiting for the story.
Oh, we got more story. We got no, don't worry. We got more story. We will reach 5,000 just now. Yeah. Now here I'm going to tell you. That's my mother. She said she went to the election commission to find out for a liar. My mother had him. Gladys, what? Gladys, what? What's fake news again? Hola. We got black somebody. We got a black somebody every day. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, what I'm telling you. So, that's my mother you heard there just now. And I didn't get this story right. I thought they tell she let people go back to India. But they told her let she go back where she come from. You understand? Thinking she's a white lady. Me mother is a Portuguese. And now she look like Janet. When she the old. You understand? So, she now say, why y'all don't go back to Africa? Because she dead on you. Me mother ain't got no cool. You understand? Hello, good night.
Right.
I hear you. Hello?
So what is today? What is the menu?
Like I calling me for waste me time. Why you want to tell about time about me mother? Why you tell her about your mother? Eh? Now why you listening to this? Let me go back to this just so we can come back to the fun part about my mother. Maybe call Josh and get him to do the thing. I'm busy. I want you to listen to this. This is a lawyer, attorney at law, and candidate for APNU, a new United Guyana. And this is how you know when a government or person start going mad. Right? Listen to this.
The recount has begun at the conference center.
Hold on, let me start from the start.
It started 3 days ago. We're in the third day now. As you know, the recount has begun at the conference center. It started 3 days ago. We're in the third day now. I was there yesterday, and I took part in the counting process in one of the rooms, one of the stations. Shortly after lunch, I gave an interview with the media and returned to the count, and we counted until 7:30. At 7:30, I had a short conference with some APNU folk, and then I went home. Today, I wasn't scheduled to go back to the conference center. There was another person on rotation, so I went to work. And I'm seeing on Facebook these comments that Jonas has COVID symptoms. So I wanted to
share this. They said the man get COVID symptoms. Government,
in a position to
instruments,
coughs and sniffles. I want you to see me live.
The people who control this thing is APNU AFC.
This morning, having, as I told you, participated in the vote yesterday, I was at work and I got a phone call from an official of the Ministry of Public Health saying that it had been reported that I had respiratory symptoms.
Ministry of Public Health, you know.
Well, here I am live, as you're seeing. Let me take a deep breath to show you.
You take a chance if you breathe in a mosquito or something now, I had to cough.
So, all air passages are clear, everything's clear, I'm good. But some anonymous person from long distance assessed me as having respiratory symptoms and informed the ministry, and the ministry therefore called me. So I insisted that they write a letter. And I told them to save time, I will go and pick up the letter. And I went to pick up the letter. And the letter says that it has been reported that I am demonstrating respiratory symptoms. This is amazing. Now, I won't tell you the name of the doctor that I spoke to at the ministry, because he's an official there, and my assessment of him was that he is an honest, hard-working man.
And my assessment of you that was chauvinist. A man, listen to me. A man, doctor. This man is an honest professional. Imagine I come, even if my friend tried with me you going up the road. A doctor, you imagine you telling a man, calling a man, sir, this is Dr. So. You have been expressing symptoms of COVID-19. What are the symptoms? It is truth. This truth you speak are the symptoms. And you telling me, seriously, I can hold back your name? I must see blood clot mad. I must see blood clot mad. I didn't carry you down. Timothy is a decent banner. Timothy is a decent banner. You understand? Because I did call his name. The people must frighten of go around because you imagine, you calling me. I tell you, you can't call the man. The man's a liar. You can't call the man and say, here, let us set up something for me. The man say, actually, you're mad. Me and the man get conversation behind the scene. Right? And so I tell you something, he say, Critic, it doesn't work like that. As a liar, tell me straight as it is. You understand? We don't got no nice conversations, me and Timothy Jonas. It's straight to the point. No basa. You understand? So when he being nice to the liar, people have to know who's that doctor. That doctor would administer things to kill people. That doctor would administer things to kill people. Any doctor would see a person without symptoms and tell them, any professional would assist somebody in perpetuating a lie, would murder somebody. You understand? When you call somebody, when you're a doctor or you're a public health professional, you have to act in a certain manner. You understand? Timothy being nice, he said you don't want to call him a name. I said you ain't want to call him a name. This Dr. Jekyll call he. And he frame a call him man. Is anything professional? Me, if you call me and say, Critic, tag this lie. I say, hello, not me. I am not in that. I don't talk lie. Yes, sir. Hey, Miguel. Come, let grandfather get a kiss quick. Come. And don't make nice. Man, don't like if you call you for love your people. Come collect this thing and carry it in the kitchen for grandfather. Miguel? Yeah, find work for you. Collect this thing and carry it for grandfather. Watch your foot there. Watch the wire. Come, you go have a kiss tonight? Yes, in the kitchen. Carry this and give daddy, right? Yeah. Yes. And tell your daddy. Think you have a kiss, come on. Tell your daddy, daddy love you. And he love you too. Right? Grandfather love you. Yeah. So, let me listen back to this video. This man saying, a doctor call you and tell you he expresses symptoms. Somebody call the doctor and tell you. The more time a letter give you, he say you are call the doctor tell you. Me, I put him on blast as Dr. Jekyll. This Dr. Jekyll, you looking for people to kill. Hello, good night.
Good night, dear.
Yeah, my brother.
Like how you in that room there watching the comps and stuff. You didn't see no hiccups on your way.
Brother, every minute.
No. One question, I asked him one question, like yes or no, between both parties.
What are you talking about?
Everybody complaining that in them stuff they have hiccups. So I want to know you there in this.
No, hold on. Are you talking about today?
Today.
I will call the persons who were in that room, in room 9. I was not in room 9. I will call them just now.
No, I'm saying that the room what you was in.
Jesus Christ. You ain't listening to me? They ain't had no other reports about no other room. The room of issue is 9, 8, and 9, and I wasn't in those rooms.
Okay.
Roger, brother.
So between yesterday you got any hiccups in the room where you was?
Every single minute got hiccups. If we had major problems that would raise concerns, no, there were none like that in the room yesterday. Every minute. So then I think the girl said, no, you don't do it. This is how we do it. Everybody learning, you understand? Everybody learning. Today, when I walk into room, it's different staff in all to them room. Everything is hiccup. If there was any issues that would have caused grave concerns, no. Not while I was in any recounting rooms. Right?
So none of the parties, get no grants.
My brother, listen to me. There is a reason. You see, I call it a thing and y'all try. Here was the problem you get. Y'all ain't assessing the facts. Y'all trying to justify the information you're getting. Hear what I tell you. Let me tell you something. Why do you believe there's a book that if you get errors? Why do you believe that there's numbers on the thing? There are rules that guide it. Because people know problems are likely. When I was in the room yesterday, I told y'all there was a situation where there was a query at the back of the paper. And there was a discussion by here laugh. For people who did not know what was going on, would say, here, I ain't the call the supervisor. A Verse PPP man was in the room, and a Verse PNC woman was in the room, Carol Joseph. And she said, I don't see no issue. So it rise, and here laugh, that issue was brought to the attention by somebody who didn't know, one of the other parties. And in that case, the PNC and the PPP agreed that that was in favor of PPP. You hear what I tell you? Now, if you were there, or if Ganesh was there, there was a story right away. Sharon, they running with the story, because this is one of the things that show. But the two parties were civil, and they agreed, no, it's not that. No.
But my one more concern, right, is that the way I see now this return going, this thing is not going to be.
Well, GCOM said they will revisit it. And I don't want to make any speculation. GCOM said they will revisit it.
Okay, just be safe out there and just look out and bring the truth to the people and what you see. It don't matter to me. That's how me just look at things, right?
No problem. I got a partner. He's not a PNC. Yeah? He just there. My producer. When we started this thing, Guyanese Critic, a man's there behind me, fund me, anything I want. He build me websites and all them things. And some days the man's come out asking questions, no, I ain't get for me nerves. No, that when I said no, it's not so, it's not so. And here he telling me, why it's not so? Explain. And if you listen to him, you would know that, or you would assume that he's a dead PNC. You understand? This time he ain't nothing. He just want to see betterment for the country. Black Banner got connections, good ties, full PNC family. But we are personal friends. You understand? And I'm telling you, no real PNC acolyte in helping me. Right? This man I trust with me life, brother. And if you listen to him, there are people that say critic, their presentation, the man's a PNC. He just delve into everything.
The problem is, me just want it to come out to the people. Me the business who win. A fair win is a fair win. That's all I want for the guy and the people.
Roger that.
I just want this thing over with and let us go back as one and live as one and do it. Me never no election because me never vote. That's me number one. Right? So me don't have no side to choose and say who better than who better. But the thing is, what I'm looking at is a lot of people suffering and feeling the eating Guyana. So I want.
Well, we gotta talk about that tonight too.
Now it's done over.
Safe, brother. We talk. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Critic, can you hear me?
Yes, brother.
Yes, Critic. Desperation is an illness with many stages. And we are seeing the stages play out in front of our eyes right now. And these people going through the desperation are losing touch with reality. I recently saw on a Facebook page of one of the APNU AFC's main propaganda parties, somebody that you call your friend as well, I saw. They claim that the PPP bought ID cards, bribed election polling day officials, they raised the debt to come and vote for them, and they planted the seeds so people who migrated could come back and vote for the PPP as well. All of this happened, he claims, during the March the 2nd polling day activities. Now, the APNU has claimed victory for 5 times with those same results. Those same polling day results, they have claimed victory, and now they are claiming it is fraudulent. How can somebody that has control audacity say that they claim distribute over 5 times.
My brother, are you suggesting they don't have a grip of reality?
I'm suggesting that they've lost their damn mind.
No, my brother. They got a better grip than you. Because here why? When you lose, exactly what they're doing, you just do. Yes, sir. If they didn't have a grip, they would have said, I play mad and stupid and something. Somebody don't move it. It's grip. What happened? They grip too tight. they grip till the glue. Yes, sir. The power. Listen to me. When I watch them banner, and you know, me and enough people as yeah. It's only people with bad mind like today work, you know. I see a banner at 10th. Hey, why you real? Watch feelings Johnny or something like that. No, feelings Johnny. Brother, I have never felt so vindicated in my life. I love what I do. I feel tired. I'm exhausted. Humanly, I'm exhausted sometimes. I'm tired physically. But my brother, spiritually, I feel enlightened. I feel energized. That is what drives me. You understand? I don't have as much money as I would have had when I was doing business. You understand? I don't have all the things that I would have dreamed about having. But I can tell you, if I was living in a castle today, I do not think I would have been feeling and sleeping as well as I sleep in the nights. You understand? If I was not serving the people. Because I found my calling. So when I watch it, like I walk and I watch see this man, I understand, you know, when I watch it, I know he's a PNC, I know what we're doing. But when I watch it, me watch it as a PNC, I mean watch it, if he say, yo, Critic, Pastor Bly, or something.
Critic. People from any walk of life, any ethnicity, any religion in Guyana, who looks at what these guys are posting, can see that it's complete nonsense. How can you claim the results of the election that you claim victory with are now fraudulent?
No, but here what I'm telling you. Y'all didn't understand this thing. Even in accepting that this thing, even at the end, if they accept that they would have been a PPP win due to pressure. Let me explain to you what's going on and how psychology works. If they come and say, watch, we lose, there is no possible way they would even maintain their base. Y'all didn't understand what's the game playing out here. These people, the AFC, listen to me, the PNC knows. If you look, the AFC only had 3 seats. The AFC only had about 3 or 4 seats. Claims are being made that this administration, the AFC, APNU AFC administration lost by 3 seats. That means the AFC get wiped out. AFC is non-existent. The PNC realizes that. Now to maintain their base, even to survive in a next election, their people have to be angered that they were cheated. Anytime the fact covered that way, you do all of this thing in 5 years and really and truly nobody cares about you. You're a colossal failure. You understand? Their body, every day walking down the road, and I meet people saying, Critic, I can't believe it. Hardcore people. You know what I tell you? Hardcore people say, Critic, this all the time. So even it coming out, you have to create an atmosphere, because if you're done, what you believe is the strength. Watch me. Watch the 23 years, the dark days. Nobody spoke about the fact that the dark days were criminals killing police. Right?
Exactly.
And businessmen. And when they were killed, they were praised by PNC members. Their coffins were draped with flags. Guyana flag. Like heroes. And then a drug dealer, an opportunistic drug dealer came and started killing out thieves. You can't find nobody for come and cry for that. Except for Shaquille Grant, they had a UG student was shot and killed. And a few other people more will get caught up in the thing. Because remember, people start killing people Wild West. For $20 US and that kind of thing. But an opportunistic drugs dealer came and thing. And what was the narrative? The 400 were there, the 400. But now they may take out. The people will get murdered. What the criminals, what they call freedom fighters win. They didn't discount the people were there at Kaichor. Right? The Kaichor News. The 8 Kaichor workers. They didn't discount all of them. All the wrong and right and everything. They 400 youths get killed, get murdered. And that was the narrative. And that is the narrative that fueled the anger to have the people come out. Because if you ask yourself, with PPP and PNC, with Guyanese in general, Guyanese are a very complacent, lackadaisical, stupidity type of people. You can't get them for vote per logic. They don't vote per logic. There's vote per anger. So it's not to say that the PNC, the PNC alone, the PNC used the narratives that the PPP killed blacks. And the PPP used the narrative that the PNC is thief. It's bare thief, man, a murder, man. You understand? Because, now here what now, this comes back and this shy shit in everybody's face. Because Guyanese voters are done the heads. They don't vote per logic. There's vote per anger. If you look at 2015 election, the election going, and nothing but bam. They had like a little balance to the PPP, so a little fact up, this one seat thing. And bam, Courtney Crummy Ewing dead. And then people just get angered and the numbers rage forward, so. You understand? That's how you walk it. Guyanese vote. Eh?
Before we go on, I noticed something calculated is going on, very calculated, with the attack on the smaller parties. I've seen when one day reps came out today, they have started to refer to the smaller parties as merely success of the PPP. And they're doing that to discredit and dehumanize these small parties because they know independent people.
It is sad. It is sad. No, here now. Hold on. It is sad to see the demonizing of small parties that are associated with the PPP by small parties associated with the PNC. You understand? It is interesting to see the demonization of association of small parties associated with the PPP, who, by the way, are all endorsed and supported by the international community and the world over. Right? And they are being demonized by a group of small parties and one that has become a non-existent party that is affiliated with the PNC. Sad, very sad. So I hope that explained that for you.
I think these people are trying to remove a method by any means necessary. First they try to call for you, then they try to call for the IT guys.
Brother.
And now they're trying to call for donors using COVID-19.
Brother. Today they've shown that the latest symptom.
You can allow them to get away with that, Critic.
No. Nobody gets away with nothing. Let me go straight back. Let me not talk to Lan. Let me go straight back to what Timothy Jonas said. Let me watch the video out incomplete.
As you know, the recount has begun at the conference center. It started 3 days ago. We're in the third day now. I was there yesterday, and I took part in the counting process in one of the rooms, one of the stations. Shortly after lunch, I gave an interview with the media and returned to the count, and we counted until 7:30. At 7:30, I had a short conference with some Anak folk, and then I went home. Today, I wasn't scheduled to go back to the conference center. There was another person on rotation, so I went to work. And I'm seeing on Facebook these comments Jonas
Listen to this. This might
has
happen to
COVID
you.
symptoms. So I wanted to go live because going live means that I'm not in a position to edit out any coughs and sniffles. I want you to see me live. I'm here at home, and I want to say to you what happened. This morning, having, as I told you, participated in the vote yesterday, I was at work and I got a phone call from an official of the Ministry of Public Health saying that it had been reported that I had respiratory symptoms. Respiratory symptoms. Well, here I am live, as you're seeing. Let me take a deep breath to show you.
You take a chance there. If you breathe in some mosquito or flies,
So, all your passages are clear, everything's clear, I'm good. But some anonymous person from long distance assessed me as having respiratory symptoms and informed the ministry, and the ministry therefore called me. So I insisted that they write a letter. And I told them to save time, I will go and pick up the letter. And I went to pick up the letter. And the letter says that it has been reported that I am demonstrating respiratory symptoms. This is amazing. Now, I won't tell you the name of the doctor that I spoke to at the ministry because he's an official there, and my assessment of him was that he is an honest, hard-working man doing his job. He doesn't want to get involved in political ugliness. But he did confirm he is a Cuban-trained doctor, graduated in 2014, the year after Mark France, our own executive member. And I said to him, "You're a doctor, here I am, there you are. As you see, I have no symptoms." And his response to that was, "Well, some people are asymptomatic." Well, I don't want to be unkind to the gentleman, but if his letter says it's reported that I have symptoms,
you don't want to be unkind and man say you got COVID-19.
it's difficult for me to understand his response that I don't have symptoms, but I'm still getting his letter. So let me assure you, there are no symptoms, but there is this letter. And that leads us to a more sinister question. Is an attempt being made to sideline people who may be inconvenient to the authorities? You judge for yourself. But what I will do is I will go to my own doctor to ask him to certify, as I'm asking you now, you laymen out there to certify, that I have no symptoms. When I walked into the conference center, they took my temperature, they told me I'm fine. I went up to Borbice earlier this week, they took my temperature. At the Borbice Bridge, there's a station there. They told me I'm fine. On my way back, they took my temperature, they told me I'm fine. What respiratory symptoms are these people talking about? So here I am. I will be going to my doctor to get a certificate that I'm not showing any symptoms, and I will respond to the Ministry of Public Health in that regard. I wish you all well, and I ask you please to stay safe as I have been staying safe. And I ask you to make your own assessment as to the truth. As in a larger context in Guyana, we all have to make our own assessment as to what is the truth. Please have a good weekend. You will see me at the conference center once I have all my certificates. Good day.
So you hear what the man say? Y'all hear what the man say? Now, what has happened? Somebody from the ministry had to call him and tell him he's showing signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Now, many of y'all listening carefully, I was studying something else. The man tell you.
Reported that I have symptoms, respiratory symptoms. It's difficult for me to understand his response that I don't have symptoms, but I'm still getting his letter. So let me assure you, I have no symptoms. And his response to that was a trained doctor, graduated in 2014, the year after Mark France, our own executive member. And I said to him, "You're a doctor, here I am, there you are. As you see, I have no symptoms." And his response to that was, well, some people are asymptomatic.
Imagine.
Well, I don't want...
Imagine somebody report to the Ministry of Health that a man has symptoms. The man said, I am here. Do I look like I have symptoms? You understand? I don't know if it's COVID-19 symptoms or it's symptoms where you tell your child, like you got symptoms. You understand? Like you got symptoms. Now the Ministry of Health adopted it. But like this man is attack this man. Because the man gave me put me nerves. This man that was stubbornness. He ain't want to carry that in him. He that was stubbornness. Don't call me, and if your number is showing up, don't call me. You can't get onto me. My phone will answer black calls.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
Mr. Critic.
Returning a missed call.
Yes, I just wanted to ask you a question.
Shoot.
In the tabulation center, right? I see they showing that statement of recount, right? I would like to know if each party is in the same time, does each party have their own statement of recount?
Please rephrase the question for me.
In the where they do the tabulation of the recount, right? Where it's tabulated the vote for each region. I would like to know if each party have their own statement of recount that they tabulated with the...
There is only one statement of recount.
Okay.
And that, a legitimate document, is in the possession of GCOM. Right? What happens? Every party member is afforded the opportunity to witness what has transpired, what is placed on the statement of recount, and they also are afforded the opportunity to affix their signature to that document, legitimizing that document. Right? They then are all given copies of that document. So not everybody create one document. We all together input in creating by sitting and watching the election officials commence and complete a recount and state that by recording it on a tabulation sheet, right? Which the contents of that is then transferred to a statement of recount that we then all agree we participated in witnessing being prepared. You understand? And we affixed our signatures on that document to say, yes, we agree to have witnessed and participate. Let me read for you what it says just above where you affix a party representative, affix their signature on that document. It says, the recount for ballot box number, and in this case, this document I'm holding is for ballot box number 4197. And then it goes on to say, has been witnessed and certified by the following representatives of parties that contested the elections. Those are duly appointed persons, one of which I was with yesterday when I signed on the document. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So everybody participate in the process by looking on and making observations, complaints or otherwise, while GCOM staff conduct a recount. That recount entails a ballot box coming in to the polling station. Well, not the polling station. The station. They're calling it, it's not a polling station because the polls are closed. It is a recount station. A ballot box come in. It comes with seals which belong to GCOM and also seals which belong to party members. Parties. It marked PPP, it marked PNC. But there's only PPP and PNC got. And there's some other seals. Markings on it, right? There's a number that is affixed on that box to suggest that box is which ballot box. The two numbers, as a matter of fact, are fixed to the box. Then it is placed on a table. In most cases, in front of 4 employees of GCOM. The seals are then cut. You understand? The contents of that box, all of which are in different envelopes. Some are ballots not used. Some are the stubs of ballots. They have a different name for it. But it's like our ticket, just tear off a piece. Right? The ballot comes off from a book, which have somewhat between 40 and 50 pages. I can't remember the exact amount. But when they tear it off, there's the stubs left there. Those are in envelopes. You have ballots that have been casted for political parties are in specific envelopes. PPP, PNC, so. And all the other parties. Right? Yes. You also have lists of electors. Sometimes in case 4 lists of electors that are in envelopes. You have different documents in there. They are all taken out by GCOM staff and they're identified. So everybody in the room, stakeholders, they refer to them as in the room, identify with it and agree. Those contents are then taken out and placed on a table in clear view of everyone, stakeholders for party and observers. Right?
Okay.
Everybody is witnessing. They go on to conduct a recount. How that is done? Individuals are given, party members or stakeholders are given 2 tally sheets. One states Representation of the People Act 103, Regional Election District 4 tally sheet. Representation of the People Act, the same thing, General Election District 4 tally sheet. Each representative is given 2 of this. As the ballots are tallied, they put it on that thing that everybody's seeing on the screen. This is what is presently conducted. And you are tallying. Once you see an X by the palm tree or whatever, or by APNU, you put in 1 for APNU. Well, they tell you that they're counting APNU now. And you put 1, and you put 1. And in each one of these little boxes, you put 4 strokes down and 1 stroke across, representing 5 strokes in every box. The counting agents, as they go, when they reach 5 boxes, which suggests that you would have had 25 votes counted, they said, we are at 25. Everybody agree, and everybody agrees. In the event, there are things that look unsavory or unsatisfactory to party representative, they bring up, they raise concerns. Right? The process is then completed by, bear in mind, GCOM staff, a tally staff is there taking down tally. She will then, in our case was a female, would then transfer that to a document here called a statement of recount. Right? I don't know if there's a tally staff name of counting clerk.
Yes, sir.
Enrico Levin. There's the counting clerk for this one. So the counting clerk name is on here. Right? She now asks you, when we done regional, you just do it 2 parts. You do regional or general. So when you complete regional, you're going to sign off your statement of recount at the bottom, and we all sign here. Right? You put how the signature, name in block letters clearly, signature affixed, and then initial of party. So there's only 1 document, but every representative or stakeholder affiliated with party is given copies. So I went through back in detail what happens in the recount stations. Has that been helpful to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Roger that. Let me get back to some serious business as how they're going to use the pandemic to hush people. Now listen to this, but I can call just now and dig some cuss in it. Because I listen to he the this. He meet Dr. Jekyll today and he telling Guyana he meet Dr. Jekyll.
And his response to that was, well, some people are asymptomatic. In 2014, the year after Mark France, our own executive member. And I said to him, you're a doctor, here I am, there you are. As you see, I have no symptoms. And his response to that was, well, some people are asymptomatic. Well,
so you have no symptoms, but you're saying somebody tell you I got
be
symptoms.
unkind to the gentleman. But if
You don't want to be unkind to the gentleman. This banner the post-chauvinist. This banner the post-chauvinist. This by the post-chauvinist, like Ali. Like Ali. Because he the post-chauvinist. He the madness. This banner for madness.
Hello.
Good night, Mr. Jonas. Sorry to bother you so late. Yes, brother. I'm looking at your video here. I'm on my election watch. I'm looking at your video. And I don't know if you look back at your video. But
You're live?
yes, sir.
Okay.
We are live. I'm looking at your video. And we talked earlier today, but I sit down and looking at the video again, and I'm saying you are being the utmost of a professional. Let me play back so both of you here.
Well, I don't want to...
Hold on. I want to play it back.
There you are. As you see,
This is
14, the year after Mark France, our own executive member. And I said to him, you're a doctor, here I am, there you are. As you see, I have no symptoms. And his response to that was, well, some people are asymptomatic. Well, I don't want to be unkind to the gentleman, but if his letter says it's reported that I have symptoms, respiratory symptoms.
Mr. Jonas, I hear you clearly that you do not want to be unkind to the gentleman. I can't put this in simpler terms to get the message across to you. As a lawyer, you're being very professional. But as a party representative, I think you lose your moral compass. I want to say so because you met Mr. Jekyll today, Dr. Jekyll. If this doctor ever go on, this kind of thing is not far from a doctor being told to misdiagnose somebody. And you're suggesting that you don't want to be unkind to the person, but we still going forward and we hustle to help the rest of the people, not knowing if this doctor going to go on Dr. Jekyll, other people, or what he's going to do to the rest of Guyana. Help me out there, Chief.
Well, why are you putting so much responsibility on that one individual? He's a messenger.
So you give you a free pass. My worry is,
Working in the ministry, he gets a message saying this person has shown symptoms, please invite him. And he sends the letter saying it's reported you show symptoms and you get an invitation. And you can't attach any personal responsibility to the man who's just a bureaucrat working in an office. And I met the man and I made my personal assessment of it. And he seemed to me to be honest, to be a standard man working in his office doing his best. And he's no politician, he doesn't want to be involved in the ugly type of politics. I respect that and I leave him out.
do you think he would go on to continue to participate in things like this that could cause injury and harm to Guyanese citizens?
You know, Critic, I hear what you're saying. What you're saying is that when you have a command in the army,
even the little privates at the bottom who run in the concentration camp and just want to say, man, I'm following instructions, they're equally guilty. And I understand that logic. But we live in a small society where everybody knows everybody in this village. And that is a man, when I talked to him, I think that he got an instruction that wasn't out of the norm. It was, hey, this man here has been seen to have symptoms. He don't just draw not, he just gets an instruction. So he carried it out. There was nothing sinister in what he personally did. He gets an instruction and he goes, and he might be writing 100 letters just like that every day. I'm not going to condemn for that.
All right. I respect your judgment. You know, we always talk and you tell me like this, but just when I hear you saying, I get it back, something you want to tell him. I said, this man is like he ain't paying attention to this thing, but I respect your judgment. Simple as that.
Thank you for that. You might be the only guy who needs to feel this.
No. If I got me thing. Here, once you explain to me, remember I come in hard. And I got me, and I calculating, by me, I throw in anybody under the bus. You understand? Like a time, I flip out at Kaicho News. And here Glenn Lyle tell me, man, no, you don't do that, we like family. I say, you don't know me, I flip out for my own mother. I stopped talking to my own mother for 5 years. Because she wake up a day, see some money, can't figure out how I get so much money, and start hollering and abusing me. I is a drugs dealer. I said, what kind of mother you be? You supposed to help me cut up these drugs? You understand? Me mother is ultimately like how them PNC people is there. They ain't got see nothing, they just got hair. And they gone with it like mad. Me mother never see drugs in me house. All me mother see is enough money. And me mother think that the only people could get enough money is who doing drugs. I stopped talking to me mother for 5 years straight. So, don't put it part, don't feel well. There's no specific thing with you and this doctor. You understand? If they got anybody to throw people under the bus, I look for, like I was looking for the opportunity. Like how the PNC right now looking for opportunity for use this COVID-19 thing as a weapon. They already weaponized it. Now, that's my header today. And I can tell you, nobody can tell me nothing otherwise, because they can't come and explain. How do they decide, or what evidence they have and where they got it from, that Timothy Jonas shows signs and symptoms? Bear in mind, Timothy Jonas was in the presence of doctors, lawyers, all the best, most brilliant and brightest people in Guyana for a whole day. And Timothy Jonas was in a place which is considered to be maximum security presently. And nobody else noticed. But somebody from the Ministry of Health noticed. Bear in mind, Timothy Jonas went through 2 security checks and also a medical check, well, temperature check at the convention center. Timothy Jonas, yesterday, last evening, before I started my live, was in the presence of a doctor. Remember that, right, Chief?
Yes, that's right.
Roger. And during the day was in the presence of a number of doctors, lawyers and otherwise, everybody else who's smart and taking care of themselves, and did not notice or was not noticed to have signs or symptoms, but someone called and reported you. You understand? So now I can tell you safely, because I ain't stupid like Adam Harris. You understand? I never get a lawsuit yet, because when I put on meeting, I know how to explain meeting when I reach in the court. I am saying COVID-19 has been weaponized to be used against the citizens. And you are the first case of that. Good night, Mr. Jonas.
Good talking to you, Critic.
Story done. Yes, sir. COVID-19 has been weaponized. So here, ready for your shot. The doctor who we went, well, I got enough doctors in America. Is ministers, doctors, liars. You understand? When you go in there, you got pass through security. Everybody watching you, so. When you go inside, you got to take up a test. Everybody watching you. We there in an AC, me and Timothy went in an AC room. Carol Joseph had in the room cold. AC room, A lack of problem, you're going to raise whatever symptoms you got. Fever, you're going to notice. You're going to get sweat. You understand? You're going to think. Cold temperature in your lungs breathing, you're going to cough. Whole day. Timothy Jonas wants to be nice to the doctor. Here I tell you, I's a bus driver. Psycho bus driver. Me don't be nice to nobody. I driving over you. You understand? I driving over you. I's not them kind of banner here. You ever see them psycho thing people push around in the train? Ha ha ha. Ha. I just waiting for you to push around the train. I just waiting for you to push around the train. He said, oh, the man's a provider, he's just taking instruction. Well, here I put he out of the train. Whoever called behind he out of the train. The whole government out of the train. That's that. Yeah. Size rule. I stopped talking to me for 5 years because of stupidness. Yes, sir. Me mother got the PNC brain. PNC brain is a special kind of brain. Yes, sir. PNC brain is a special kind of brain. Yeah, I tell you, it's reusable. When you bust it up like a coconut, the water fall out, you eat all the thing is done. Yes, sir. After that, I got make earring with the shell and drink out of it. You just bust the brain and start drinking out of it. Yes, sir. She come up just so and say, how are you doing drugs? Hello, good night, my brother.
Good night, brother.
Talk to me.
Well, this is the first time I ever got any critics.
Anytime you want to call, you call, buddy. Once you're disrespecting people and, you know, you could cuss me all one time. But like, remember, I can't facilitate the racial thing and I no lying and all them things. But if you see... Okay.
I can't for concerning the same man talking to the just now. You know, just imagine. He protecting this man, but talking about this virus. Why is he protecting this person?
Same question. But here, you know the guy, you know Timothy Jonas?
But I know Timothy Jonas.
Well, listen to me. Timothy Jonas is a liar. He's an executive for APNU. And he's a no-nonsense man like me. Right? He's the banner of bump guard Mosley. When you remember the way a man had lied the bump guard Mosley? He's the man. But here what happened. Why I respect him. I have never had a conversation with Timothy where he has been malingering or trying to play like nice about stuff. He's very direct. You understand? So, here was the program with Timothy. And he didn't tell me. But if Timothy go to man tell him, yo, big man, I'm sorry, you understand? And tell you straight up what's going on, Timothy is the kind of, me too, I'm a stand-up guy, you know. If I meet a PNC man or somebody, I meet people every day, people say, man, critic, yo, the life of me and thing, and they show me out and stuff. I won't even pay no mind to this. I don't play them game. If a man say, yo, watch my back, hold out for me, but they're there. You understand? And you show me out, what's going on, I'd hold out for you. But you got I got know the facts. Even though a man I consider close and a friend, Leonard Schumann, show me a copy of his, when he revoked the citizenship and everybody coming up, he can't show everybody beating you up. The man said, critic, watch the copy, which you know, the people them send the thing and he photocopy it. He print it out, right? Because it is you in Canada, Trinidad, or wherever. So, when he showed me the copy, I know this is high stakes. Them banner this could get sick. This is high stake. Somebody could make a bogus document. You understand? I say going through me if a bogus document.
Yeah.
Me dying there. You understand? And I told Schumann. And after that I was upset because when it come out now, I had to go up and defend it and talk about it. I talk about it in front of you. And I said, man, I'm sorry. But I would do it all over again. Because like you understand? Remember, I like wild oats. You understand? Sometimes running into things. If I am not guided by facts, I would get me 7 problems. You watch our stories. You understand? I did the head of every major thing that's going on in this country. You understand? Me, no matter what they call me and everything, the people depend on me for come and tell them the facts. Even credible news agency. People watch all the news and then come for critic tell them what's going on. And funny enough, even the PNC people, although they cussing me out, they know well here. Critic is a crass. He's screwing up the whole citation. But at least we get the facts. You understand? We know that they're working and they're doing it, but we in K, we support it, we rigged. I telling you, because here was one of the dangerous things, is to believe your own lie. You own lie could cause you for dead. Yes, I'm believing that you could walk on water like Jesus, you would die if you know to swim. You understand? So, what you could do...
Critics, here was the thing I watching at, right? Let me cut you for a minute, man. Here what I watching at, right? Guyana, right? Gotta get enough smart people, partner. Gotta get enough smart people. Check this out, right? Check this out. When we had into something cases, right? You see the streets empty, the town empty. Now we are going to 100 cases.
And people get more bad for move.
We get mad people.
No, but listen to me. I read an article where the deputy commander for Linden said influential people calling for give people chances. You understand? Well, here now. If he ain't cleared up, he get moved from there right away. And you don't know what's going on in Linden. You understand? You don't know when he said influential people is we mean. Right? So, you have a case whereas the same people who play into the front, they just come in for play a game for sure that they're doing something, you understand? Because the police is not enforcing it. Now, here what I tell you. Me not got time for go one, nobody and explain to them nothing. We got past the stage. Ain't they beating people months ago? We bring out the water cannon, you understand? And the fire engine, and you drive through the street, and you got the thing at the top, and you blast people off the street. By you know, you just driving through the street and blasting. When people see fire engine coming, they don't know not tomorrow, I ain't doing that. You understand?
Yeah, buddy, because what they did, so they close now 2 o'clock, right? Why is it that drop the measures now to 4 o'clock? Keep this thing at 2.
Here was the thing I'm watching it. Listen to me, here why I'm watching it. No. Like, listen some things as essential services, right? But it is not the businesses that you close is going to contain COVID-19. It's your ability to control the movement of the people that is going to control COVID-19. You understand? So here what I tell you. The bridges have to close at sort of thing. I'm not traveling all the time. Because I'm telling you, people don't want to get catching the traffic every day. If they have any maintenance to do. The bridges supposed to close for 12 hours. You understand? If there's no movement, of ambulance or anything, the Demerara Harbour Bridge and the Barbies Harbour Bridge needs to be closed. The gate that is closed in front, not open that the boat's passing through. You could open anytime you want, right? When an ambulance comes, only ambulance, police, and emergency services. You understand? Who they're over, if you're working a night shift, you're working a night shift. Don't tell me what you done. You need to be home for 6 o'clock. Find place. All this movement with public transportation. Now I driving the road, the whole place busy. Everybody bracing up one another. Well, open the closed store, open all the businesses. You understand?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Open back, because while you're playing this game, some people suffering. And while I'm on it, brother, I want to talk about it. This morning I'll come out. And I didn't have anything to eat. I stopped eating in the morning because I had lose couple pounds. And since I start eating again, I start throwing them back. And I say, here, you're getting screaming, relax yourself. You understand? Good. Now, I drink coffee and thing. And while I was drinking my coffee and driving, going to the conference center, we are in this melee. And me more than anybody else supposed to be talking about certain things every day to make sure that a certain set of people is not forgotten in this country. But we fail to remember that nobody is sharing no food now. The news is the recount. You ain't hearing nothing about nobody sharing no food. You ain't hearing nothing about the COVID task force giving anybody anything of feeding. Before this COVID recount started, poor people were hungry and Guyanese were suffering. Many Guyanese are home suffering. Let us not get carried away with this alone. We get it in the news. Let us not dampen our spirits with the fact what we have to do. We got to go there. We have to help our brothers. Now, all of these people who are part of this COVID task force, studying for make mischief, like trying to shut up Timothy Jonas, who is very much outspoken and a member of a political party. You understand? They know they can't pass people like Timothy Jones, they can't pass people like me, certain people they cannot pass. And the funny thing is, you see the PPP people are a set of dirty people. You understand? So when them come and talk, everybody watch with the anger. When you watch it a man like me and me talk, nobody watching me the anger. People just saying Critic is a crass, you skinning up with a low like dog, you stink mouth. You understand? But they can't come and say, Critic, you get a big house, and you get so much of money, and you get this credibility. That is what people like myself and Timothy Jonas has. You understand? People could come and say, yo, Bono, you understand? Me even got no time, the man is a crass, but here, when you call it, he's come, you don't got time, you don't actually PNC or PPP, and he's skin up. You understand? He would skin up the police, the president, he would skin up himself all. You understand?
Yeah, man.
So, we can't forget that we got we brothers and sisters, the people at home, we got to watch at school what's going on. Because be sure, this thing, the pandemic is going to be extended. You understand? How these banners play the game, watch how these banners play the game after the no confidence motion. Well, you know these banners is real game players. Look at their every day they're pushing misinformation. You understand? You don't know they ain't done it. This is just the next day, the next worst thing to try. You understand? You know they got 1,000 ways to die. You ever see the video?
Yeah.
Right now, this crew playing the next worst thing to try. The next nastiest thing to say. The next biggest lie. You understand? COVID-19 gun. Shoot them down.
I don't know what these people doing, Pat. I just don't know. You know?
Brother, we talk.
Right? Check this out. Guyana get 1 million population of people, right? So we keep saying, right?
Yeah, I listen to you.
We get this pandemic in the kids. Good. We don't have a direct president at the moment. But what I am saying, right? These people get money in these places, right? That what the US they pass to them how much million US dollar. What I am saying now, Guyana get 10 region, right? If you take 1.5 million and place it to every region, to help the poor ones them who need the meals right now, that wouldn't hoard this money, Critic.
No, but like you understand. You don't understand. Governance of third world country has always been governance of colonies turned third world country has always been about oppression. Here was the funny thing. If I were president of this country, I would undertake to steal the same amount of money that Burnham stole and the PNC, I tell about everybody, not as a president, and all the money that the PPP stole, I will undertake to steal the same amount put together. And I can tell you safely say, I will also make every Guyanese the richest people in this part of the world. Guyana has that level of resources. You understand?
Yeah,
all you have to do is empower the people. And I would do all this undertaking publicly. You understand? So I just drive down the road and ask myself, but like you in catching, the politicians of the country are actually the most devious and dirty and conniving people of the country. They're not the smartest people of the country. So, if they were to empower people, and the people then become smart, then you realize that they would be overthrown. The politicians would be people like Jonas. You understand? Young, brilliant minds, brilliant people would be looking at. Here, laugh. If you ask an Indian why they like Barjah, do the majority of voting Indians? They don't know. And if you ask a black why they like Granger, they don't know. You understand? And here, laugh. If you were to list the qualities of Jagdeo and present the qualities of Jagdeo and present it to an Indian, all he would have is contempt for the man. He want to be better than the man. You wouldn't like the man. You don't call the name. You just present the qualities of the person. And if you were to present the qualities of David Granger to black people, don't tell them is who. Tell them this man possessed these qualities. All they would have is contempt for that person. They wouldn't like that person. If you were to put a shadow, it's been tested that if you put a shadow and you put comments, interesting comments, right? The shadow of a man, and you put interesting comments, and people get to like those comments. Whoever replaced that shadow, people would automatically like, because they would have thought those quotes or comments came from that individual. And they think now that they know that individual. You understand? So if you put this quality, show a man, dodgy, he claiming to have integrity and this and that, don't have, and the people say, what? We don't want nothing like that? The devil is a liar? We must not have it. And then he says Granger. They say, no, we like Granger. Yes, sir. But they don't know why they like Granger. The Indian don't know why they like Jagdeo. It's because they have been taught to think bad about Granger. And in being told bad about black leaders, told all bad things about black people and black leaders, they have been presented here with a great leader. An Indian leader is the great leader. And the Indians have been taught, you understand? Well, the blacks have been taught that Indians are evil and any good coolie is a dead one. You understand? And at the side here, that is why the blacks have to bring leaders and show that, unfortunately, the PNC could only find one black leader in so many years that is honest and of integrity and upstanding, because that is what those people believe in. You understand? You realize that Christian people are very easy to manipulate if you were to sell them honesty. You understand? Funny enough, most of them don't know what honesty looks like. Ask them what is it to be honest. You understand? Ask them what integrity looks like. I must tell you, integrity and honesty are badges of honor that you wear. And they are stripped from you when you do not show that. You understand? To have to be honest, to show honesty, it is not a quality that is possessed. It is not a gene. It is a quality that must be portrayed. Honesty must be projected. We must see it. You understand? So when you ask the people, what is honesty? They don't know. How do you know he's honest if you've only seen him maybe 10 times in 2 years? How did you assess his honesty? How did you know Timothy Jonas had signs and symptoms of the coronavirus after only seeing him one day at the conference center? You understand? Those are questions that have to be asked. Honesty is a quality that you must possess that shines out. It's like an aura. So on being honest, you are bestowed with a badge of honor. To maintain that badge, you have to constantly be honest. So honesty and integrity are not innate parts of you. They are parts that you have to possess and portray and constantly show. When in a time in your life you fail to be honest, you fail to show integrity in your actions, those badges of honor is stripped from you. You understand? And then you wonder why this man there in the background and he stays in the shadow while all the world is falling apart, is to maintain the perception that he has honesty, or he's honest and he has integrity. You understand? Because if you come out and we ask you, why you allow Harmon to do that? You understand? Then what says your integrity? If we are able to question you, sir, why would you allow such a thing to happen? We question, you have to produce. Your integrity comes under question. Your badge of integrity is hanging there to be reclaimed. You understand? So,
Critic, let me raise one more object.
You win
before me go.
10 and let me deal with you.
You see, you talk a thing the other day, whereby I sit down, observe it, and it was real, right? The Ocean View Hotel, right? Whereby they're spending over $1 billion to refurbish, and in the end of the day, it's a rental place. Why is it that they
Well,
spend a couple million?
hold up. They seize the place. They take over the place. I think it's been gazetted and they take over the place.
They finally got it.
No. Under the new laws to fight the COVID-19, yeah, the government can take away your house. You ain't listening. You don't understand what's going on. The COVID-19 task force, if they think that your house is in an ideal position to set up a COVID-19 test point,
They take it.
they remove you from your house and take it over. Yes, sir. If you think, and they calculate, man, we need to spray this place. We need to sanitize it. We got time with it. We feel this place can sanitize. Burn down the house. They could burn it down. Yes, brother. Some serious shit. That is why the citizens of the country need to be serious about how the treatment being met out for to Timothy Jonas. Because there's a story that says, and I can't remember it perfectly, but it means, it basically means that when they come, they said they come for the socialists first, and yes, they come for the artists, and then, remember nobody talking, we there in a group, and they come and pick one man and carry away, and they carry another man, then when they reach to you, they ain't got nobody for talk for you. But they are going to reach to you. So you better start talking when the crowd big. Because when the crowd gets small, you understand? The crowd don't matter. So it has to be taken seriously. The government has to, the task force, the administration, the people who are running the operation gotta come and say, can people call? Because here I tell you, I want to call and find out why. I'm not saying anything. I want to call and find out why the president has not been seen as of recent. Is everything okay? Can I call the Ministry of Health and say I'm not seeing the president? Is something wrong with the president? Can I do that? Can we start doing things like that? You understand? Now here, if you got something, you understand? You still listen to me. Mr. Jonas, we have received this information, and we have been told that an individual who has COVID-19, this person, because you know he met that person, yes, the person who has COVID-19 said they had met you. You understand? Because when you got COVID-19, what you have to do is you have to give a list of names of people who you would have interacted with. You understand? That is to help them to follow up with those people and ensure they contain that spread, specifically because you have already tested for COVID-19 and you've been moving. Maybe your girl, the check close family members, and then people who you would have interacted with. If you have that, and you tell Timothy, I know Timothy going in and get tested. You understand? But you can't call a man knowingly that he is on the ground that is going to upset things. Knowing your attitude, knowing that all you do is try to disrupt any semblance of truth. Yes, sir. Alec, me, what touchy with them is they know even their followers would go berserk. Yes, sir. Me is a different kind of sensation. Me fan base psycho. Yes, sir. They know if you come wrong here and then me, I tell them straight up, I am playing fair. They are not playing fair. I see things when I went in the conference and I see two people talking. I could have said, why is a minister talking to the I could call the name. I see Deputy CEO going and sue in the next minister ears. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's friends. It's a small country. Everybody could be friend. Yes, sir?
Yeah.
I see enough suing going on and I didn't say it's a conspiracy because I don't play unfair. I am watching around and if I heard her tell him something, I would say, wow. Yes, sir. And I would look to use that to get motive, but even to die, I don't play. I don't play eavesdropping and stuff. I straight as an arrow. Yes, sir. I know things about all of them dirty story. But how you believe it was brought to me? How you believe the stinking dirty story was brought to me? By somebody who wants to see them fall. Yes, sir?
Exactly.
Now here, me gonna help you do the partner. When me ask you, here, ex-gal, this body, you know, people call me and say, here, you know this thing, but this, let me tell you. A lady come and say, watch, that one is my brother. You do this, this minister, he take a my wife. He take a my wife, used to live in the back of the house, back of them. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, sir. Now, why are you telling me this? What does that have to do with anything? I know he's a crass right now. You understand? And when his settings that crassing and that is wrong to the Guyanese people, I will call that out. His personal life, when he's there on top of a woman with a man on top of back and all them things, even if I see it, I don't see how it is relevant to this game. Because you gotta remember, me playing for no side, you understand? I have set new boundaries in this country. You understand? I beat up media, entertainment, fact checking and everything in one. I changed the whole dimension of how people see things, how they get information, everything. I stand ahead of the rest for one reason. I sit down today and see a set of movements. There is a lot of movements going on. And reporters can't figure out what is going on because them not old head. Me an old gangster. You understand? Them not know. When you see this one, they don't put together. I could put together the connection. Well, here, this is the connection with the one and the one. And this is the one where I tell people outside and go inside and tell the other person. But here you have to remember. If the PPP they give me the $32 million, and me and them had a contract bearing by, I tell you, them they going up in flames. They would have come out so from government to the hands in the ear, so. Yeah, I tell you, anytime PPP they giving me the $33 million every 3 months. Yeah? Them that's the coming out with the hands in the air, surrendering. Not waiting for ballot count. They just surrendering. Because the world would have fallen around them. You understand? But me don't play so. Tomorrow, when this thing done, we still now have to work with those same people, unfortunately, who talk so much a lie, spread so much of misinformation because they laugh. They people still believe in them and we gotta represent our Guyanese. Yes, sir?
Exactly.
Like Carol the morning, she pissed me off. Early morning, she data. I watch this young girl, like, this was wrong with this girl. Early morning, yes, sir? You know them girl in break him, banner. You understand? Them girl in break. Who could stress out so early, man? Once you got a good man in your life, young woman, in your 30s, you understand?
It's early morning.
Early man, I think, I said, man, why your mother go, don't call me mother. I said, girl, yo, calm. After that, she calmed down, right? You know, she calmed down. But I watch it and I can't do it. They piss me off. Because really and truly, when I watch it at she know, yes, I remember me no animosity. I watch it, she's a woman. You understand? She know I would throw shit down just for add shit to the PNC count. No people know what's going on, you know. I got a PNC and a PPP count. Yeah? Yeah, what I tell you? No joke. The counting only stop couple years. I got a PNC count and a PPP count. Yeah. Yes, sir. Me ain't got no time. Cause I telling you, when I hold up a while, the PNC woman and the PPP woman, they don't hollering PPP, PNC, they're hollering Critic. Yes, sir. Long time they used to holler, Mr. Rodriguez, alright, man. Yes, sir. So, me ain't got no time. When I me ain't making wrong with nobody. Yes, sir. Because I don't know if I get stranded for the island, with 4 PNC women. And I make cry with all the PNC. What to me? Eh? Then they calculating. They looking at me not as a man, as a sausage. That's the first thing they calculated here now. We got curry bars. We got make a hot dog really. That's that. It's dead idea. I still get for live. And anytime I get trapped on an island with 4 PNC women, I live happy. I would never talk nothing wrong again about the PNC. You understand? Because I don't trap here. Who run in the country don't matter no more. You understand?
Yeah.
And the only little sensation I can get out of people on the island alone is breaking. Not abusing 3 women. You understand? I know that got some reporter about it would go up on the island and abuse and be commenting back and all them things though. But not me. You understand? I can't do them morning, noon, and night. You understand? One name morning, one name noon, and one name night. The other one name break. You understand? So, hey, we talk, bro. Now people want to call. Let me get somebody else.
Alright, go to your link.
Take care. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night, Critic.
Talk to me, brother.
Did you compare the state of Closer Region 4 to that of Mingo's any connection?
We ain't reached the area yet.
Alright, okay, thanks.
We ain't reached the area yet. I hear now. The only we good and we might get story. I don't worry. We ain't reached there yet. We ain't reached there yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, here what tell you, I ask them me mix up. Yes, I gotta live. But I can't live a lie. That's the problem. Yes, if when the story done, them parents, people who still want drink, I buy in. Me got no hard feelings. Why I can't lie. I can't live a lie. You understand? It's so obvious that the PVP a lie, PNC a lie, everybody a lie. You understand? And I looking for do a viable business. Me can't tell lie. I start up good, then I got talk out. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Critic. I wanted to change the subject a little bit. I've observed the past couple of days, this gentleman, his name is Ganesh Manipal.
Yes.
You had him on last night. I noticed that the media sort of looks at him and listens to him very carefully, as if he's gospel. And then they use that information.
Well, it's not the media. Bear in mind, you're assuming, you're looking at them as reporters and thinking that they should be unbiased and all these things. Or like today, you would have heard an interview. Here I tell you, the media split PPP, PNC.
I heard them use the information to go after the commissioner. Whatever Mr. Manipal was saying, they took that all in and then went after
Brother, here, there are 2 things that is happening here. Media in this country is either PNC or PPP. Right? Except for Kaicho News and Stabrook News. Everybody has chosen parts. And myself. Right? Gard Mosley, Prime News, Chronicle, Channel 9, NCN, government propaganda. You understand?
Well,
they tries to act in a certain manner. Times 28 and this is the main icon. I got enough TV station, enough radio station. Don't have a radio station. Times newspaper 28. Newsroom 2 is unbiased. People have their affiliation, but when they talk about running the news, right? Newsroom is neutral for internet media and TV. Because some people run a business. And some people, you got some people can survive without a backup. They're really smart if you're watching them. They're really smart. They depend on this. Like Chronicle. Chronicle would cease to exist. Chronicle should not exist. Chronicle is not a viable business. Chronicle is sell 3,000 people. Right? Oh shit. Oh, I thought I cut you. So Chronic, let me do some numbers. 3,000 by 60 is $180,000 a day. 3,000 people, and let me get them 5,000, man. Let me make it more interesting. Right? They don't sell so much. And Chronicle don't sell papers. Chronicle, alright, I want you to go to a newsstand and look. When people buy, they buy a thick bulk of Kaichor, the second biggest amount of paper is Stabrook, the third big amount of paper is Times, and then Chronicle. They got 3 or 4 Chronicle. You understand? Chronicle survives because they're given to ministries. They're given to the police. They have to take that. You understand? So if they sell 5,000 paper, buy $60. Well, they do ads too, right? There's $300,000 and including in the ads, and Chronicle is big with the thing ads. But Chronicle is not a viable business. If you look at the size and the staffing and what they do. You understand? They ain't got no big returns. They're surviving. And their businesses, if businesses ain't doubling up itself, you don't deal with it. That's why business, entrepreneurship, a little hustle, vendor, and all these things are categorized. I like vending. It's survival. You understand? You work 10 years, you build a house and this, and a business must be viable. People must make money. People must benefit from it. That's why banks and all them things, when banks got like the head above water, you make a couple million. This a bank will make a couple million. Banks just make billions.